let's do this. Yep, that's a little embarrassing. But we have a new tactic for the garden. Let me get over here in the shade. Compost pile is cooking. We can see the pots I've got in there. The irises are very healthy, but they are well sheltered in overgrowth. And let me kind of make this as a... I need some better accountability partners. But here's the new tactic. And I have a movable chicken coop with a chicken run. I bit the bullet, spent some money, and purchased this for my darling chicken, Limpus, and her daughter, Lacey. And what they do is I move the coop around. Now this is what they did on week 1. And these are paver stones so that I can adjust for height and also help the wood not to get messed up. But I'm still working on figuring that out. But Lacey and Limpus do a good job. I just moved it this morning, so this is fresh ground for them to work on. And I put some corn and little bits of bread treats in there. Don't feed a lot of bread to chickens, but they've got their water bowl and they are working towards their job. If you watch carefully, Lacey digs up with her feet and Limpus is not able to pick up with her feet. She's not able to kick up bugs and scrounge and scratch like other chickens. Let's see if we can't get a better picture. So what happens is Lacey, her daughter Lacey, scratches the ground, and then her mother will come over and get to pick what Lacey finds. Now, Limpus uses her beak for most of her scrounging. But I'm thankful that she has Lacey in there, and Lacey takes care of her mama. The garden season doesn't seem to be over. Look at there. One little cucumber. I had fed that to Lacey this summer. She must have been doing some planting. But this is some special irises. And then we have like the regular traditional bearded irises. I'm not sure what cultivar this is, but it is a type of iris. The place where you see the flat rocks here, this is where I have buried one of my goats. My goat Emmett passed away unexpected, and I explained that in an earlier video, but that's where he is, and I put the bricks on there so the dogs would not dig. I've got a dog that loves to dig. I just need to train her to dig up weeds, as you can see. So I did weed this corner in the process of getting the goat burial ready, and I'm going to work on this. We will see, but I'm giving you all an update as to how things look before. Just like it was the other before, when it was warmer. There were some large metal poles in the ground here, and my husband was able to get one yanked out, but I have one more. It's a big bed rail that someone just threw over here. It's still pretty stout metal, but I'm wanting him to yank this one out because I have this getting started for another garden bed. And this area is going to be a mix of, I've been thinking on it, but it's going to be a mix of spring and fall gardening. That way the summer work is located and focused at the front. And I'm planting the bulbs and the irises, so it will be a mix of flowers in the summer, but in the spring and fall, that's when I'll be over here. The hoops, I'm going to try something. I don't know if I'm going to get it in time, but I'm going to try to do a cover crop over the winter and see how that goes. Just a small few ribs, nothing major. We're going to stay small. Now going up here to the front, we have the vineyard. Did better than the year before, so we're progressing. We may have only lost a few small plants. Now my hope is that we'll get a lawn mowing at some point in the near future, and I'll be doing my weeding around the places where the grapes are. Muscadines are still looking healthy. We haven't got the wires finished on this vineyard. We probably started the wires a couple of years ago, and then things just kind of happened. So we've had rain this week, up to an 3/4 of an inch. But look at how the front yard is looking now. Richard's come in here and done some plowing. This is where the tomatoes had been. So all the tomatoes got yanked up, the peppers got yanked up, and hopefully these weeds are going to be dug down into the ground and provide their nutrients to the soil. This is the last activity going on in the garden as it pertains to food production. The okra was last standing, and we took that up, and the stalks did not go to waste. Those all got fed out to the goats and the cow, which loved them very much. These are a few of the last remaining. This is a few of the last remaining crops I have going. I found some onions that got missed during our onion harvest, and these potatoes are still going very strong. And I thought, well, it's hard for me to kill something like that when it's trying. But I'm very impressed with this. This has taken several hours, and you could tell there by the end of the row I am not done. And what I'm doing is making heaps of hay. Is what it looks like. But no, I'm making, there's two piles of weeds. There's the regular grass weeds, and then there's these pointy, horrible things that put on those yucky looking tomato yellow things. But as I'm going through here, I am pulling out the last of the potatoes. All during the year, I had been harvesting the potatoes out of the patch. There were 5 rows, and it looks like even if you planted teeny tiny potatoes, you got something. And it seemed like it didn't matter whether you pulled the eyes off of the potatoes or you left the eyes on. Besides maturing a little quicker, the food production of that potato didn't matter. Now maybe that's because of what was going on with the rows, or the nutrient load of the rows. But I'm satisfied. We got quite a bit of potatoes out of this. We probably, from all the seeds that we put in there, we have probably had 8 times the amount of harvest. That's pretty good, I think. You get 1 bowl and you come back with 8 bowls. We've been eating on those all summer, all fall. Every chance I can get to sneak potatoes into our diet, that's what I'm doing. And that's what we got going on here at the farm. Thank everybody for watching the videos, and make sure you stay tuned for our updates. Oh, I guess I've got one more bit of food production discussion. But we didn't have a lot of production out of the asparagus. So I've got asparagus, and the elderberry did great, except the birds attacked my elderberry with vengeance. The water source is drying up. The mockingbirds were real heavy eating on my elderberry. I was able to get a few berries off of it just to pop as a snack, but nothing as it comes to harvesting. Hopefully next year. That's like the main thing about, that's the main thing of my elderberry experience is, oh, well, maybe next year. I'm thinking I was going to have to put a bird net on my elderberry. Does anyone else do that? I'm not sure. Our figs didn't make any fruit this year. They just stuck to growing. But we did get good success out of harvesting persimmons off of a persimmon tree that was found here on the property. And now it's October, the black walnut harvest has begun. Thanks everybody for watching my video. Like and subscribe, and send friends some links. Let everyone know that our farm life is something that anyone can do. You just gotta jump on in and get to it. Bye guys, stay tuned.